When people can't touch who you've become, they attack who you used to be. Let that sink in for a moment. The truth is, growth isn't easy. It's messy, it's uncomfortable, and it's often met with resistance. But here's the thing. Growth means leaving behind who you were. And when you do that, when you start becoming the best version of yourself, there are people who will try to bring you back to where you were. They don't like the person you're becoming. They can't touch it. They can't stop it. So they attack the version of you that's still stuck in the past. They'll try to remind you of your failures, your mistakes, your old weaknesses. They'll throw shade on your progress because it makes them uncomfortable. Why? Because growth challenges the status quo. It forces people to ask themselves, why am I still stuck? And that's a question they're not ready to answer. But you need to understand something. Their attacks are not a reflection of who you are now. No, they're a reflection of their own insecurities. They're angry because they see you becoming something they can't understand or reach. They're lashing out because they're stuck in their own personal prisons, while you're breaking free. See, this is the point where most people quit. When the hate comes, when the judgment starts, when the world begins to doubt your transformation, that's when many people falter. They want to turn back. They want to go back to what's comfortable, even if it's unhealthy, because at least back there, they weren't challenged. But listen to me. That's the moment when you need to dig in. That's the moment when you need to stand tall and remind yourself, this is why I started. This is why I won't quit. Every step you take toward your better self is a victory. And no matter how many people try to tear you down, they can never take that away from you. It's easy to get lost in the noise, to get distracted by the negativity, but you must remember, those who are attacking you don't have the vision you do. They don't have the strength you've cultivated. They don't understand the battle you've fought to get here. So why let their opinions slow you down? The path to greatness isn't paved with applause, it's paved with consistency. It's about showing up every day, even when you're exhausted, even when no one's watching, and even when you feel like the world is against you. It's about making that decision to continue day in and day out, even when you don't feel like it. Because here's the truth. The only person you need to impress is the man in the mirror. The only person you need to answer to is yourself. So, when people start whispering about who you used to be, when they throw shade on your progress, let it roll off you like water on stone. You're not who you were, and they can't change that. It's painful, I know. Change is hard. It takes time, and it takes sacrifice. But I want you to remember something. Pain is temporary. The feeling of regret, the feeling of not living up to your potential, that's the real tragedy. So keep going. Strive for better. Not for others, not for their approval, but for yourself. Strive to be the man who doesn't bend under pressure, who doesn't back down when the world starts doubting him. Strive to be the man who, despite all the obstacles, keeps getting back up. Because the man who doesn't quit, the man who keeps pushing through the hate, is the man who ultimately wins. No one can stop you unless you let them. No one can dictate your progress unless you allow it. The only voice that should matter is your own. The voice that tells you, keep going, keep improving, keep fighting. The moment you stop believing in your own growth is the moment you lose, and I don't want that for you. I want you to realize that the hate, the attacks, the criticisms, They're all a sign that you're doing something right. People don't fight you when you're going nowhere. They fight you when you're moving forward, when you're a threat, when you're doing what they're too afraid to do. Don't take that personally. Take it as a compliment. You've outgrown the person they want you to be, and now they're just trying to pull you back down. But you can't afford to go back. You've worked too hard, you've sacrificed too much, and you've come too far to let anyone steal your progress. So, let me leave you with this. No matter how much they try to drag you back, no matter how much they try to remind you of who you were, you've got to keep moving forward, because you are not who you used to be, and who you're becoming is unstoppable. Ha! Keep pushing, keep striving, and when the hate comes, don't just survive it, use it to fuel you. Every single attack is proof that you're on the right path. Let it strengthen you, let it ignite your fire, and let it remind you, you are on the verge of something great. Stay the course, keep improving, and above all, never let anyone or anything take away the vision of who you're meant to be. You've got this. Don't stop now.